Ron Paul. What can I say? Ron Paul. Oh, the case for Michigan. I just took a walk around my line Friday night, and I saw Abdul and Angela and Kevin, and I said, I'm going to take your picture, because we all wear our shirts on Friday. And Miguel, he's Puerto Rican. He wears his shirt too. And Sala, he's a very devout man. He wears his shirt. He supports Ron Paul. Renee, she's an American Indian. She supports Ron Paul wholeheartedly. And here's a young man, and here's an old man. We have the coalition. This is me and my friend Smitty. Don't mess with Smitty. He says vote for Ron Paul or he gonna mess you up, because he don't want you voting for this. Okay? This ain't gonna make it no more. They will not let this man win. Attention, Democrats, everybody, don't get your hopes up. They will not let this man win again. They will not. We have a financial collapse and a war coming. They are not going to. He has done his job. He pacified everybody for the last 4 years. He eliminated the anti-war movement, basically. So the wars continued without anything going on, and the banker bailout continued just like everything else. We have a social agenda going on here, which I'm just not going to comment on it. It's just not worth it, okay? That really says it all right there. I mean, this is what this is all about. They're not going to give us that, man. So it's going to be one of the Republicans, okay? Well, this is what's going on in America, people. I mean, the private bankers have teamed up with the government, and the only thing missing here is, look who's holding us down. It's our own people holding us down. Do you understand the the symbolism here? We are holding each other down. That's what it is. We're policing ourselves. These people don't have enough force or anything to contain all of us. If we all just got together, but that's dreamland stuff. And this man was a dreamland too. And the quote is, those who make peaceful revolution impossible make violent revolution inevitable. John F. Kennedy. Truer words were never spoken. It doesn't stop with the Ron Paul campaign, because whether they get in there or not, we need a revolution. Especially if they get in there, we got to make sure that it happens. Read 'em and weep. Michigan average. Santorum 36.5, Romney 30, Paul 10.3, Gingrich 9.8. Here we witness the rise of Santorum. In 1 week, his poll numbers jump 20, almost 30 points in some cases. Where did this support come from? I'm going to tell you where it came from. It came from the Tea Party people in this state. The same people that the Michigan campaign has been exclusively pandering to. We are told to pander to them people. It's just crazy. I mean, they don't even have a set of ideals. They don't even know what they stand for. They sure don't stand for any of the things Ron Paul stands for. A lot of them don't. And a lot of them are neocons wanting to change their skin. And it's just senseless to be pandering to these people. Now, instead of an event that I suggested for the grassroots people to have a little celebration for Dr. Paul on Saturday the 25th, I am quite sure that he'll be speaking to a Tea Party convention or something like that, because that's all in party building. That's how you build a party, is you keep after the people that are in politics. You don't go bothering after the grassroots people, because in the end, you like their vote, but they're not really helping your organization out. And that's what this is all about. This is about building an organization for later on. Because obviously you don't want to win now. There's no way that you want to win now, or you would have been here in Michigan with the national media, with Rick Santorum and with Mitt Romney. While the governor was endorsing Romney and Santorum was getting all the Tea Party and the evangelical peoples on board, you guys were sleeping out in Washington State. I love the crowds out there. That was an awesome video, and all these videos are awesome, and they just geek your supporters up to no end. And the people that are interested in Ron Paul. The other people that aren't, they don't see him. They don't care. I'm reaching out to the minorities here in this state, and we got fertile ground here, especially in the Arabic population. These people understand about this war, and believe me, they understand too, because they're already under close scrutiny from our government. I mean, they go raiding through their stuff with this Patriot Act. It's insane. This stuff is local too. I mean, this stuff is happening right here where I live. So America, wake up. I mean, they're here. So these people are all for Ron Paul. I get exuberant support from these people. But you know what? I can't approach the campaign about this stuff because they are afraid of the grassroots people. They don't want to get their political mittens dirty, and they don't want to really come out and say the truth for fear that it might offend some of these people that they're trying to pull into their future organization. I got news for everybody that's party building within the Ron Paul campaign. Or forget it. Forget it. None of us grassroots people are going to be part of any kind of political campaign ever. Okay? We're doing this because we love this man. We love this guy with all of our heart. We believe in his message. Apparently, the national campaign does not believe in his message, because you would have been here in Michigan competing. Now, you got events planned for the last 3 days. Fine, you got a blitz coming. Great. You're late now. What you're going to do is you're going to narrow the gap. But right now, you're almost looking at an impossibility to win unless you do something drastic. And I say, why don't you get here now? I mean, break the schedule, do some unscheduled stuff. You guys are just completely in the box. You're very predictable. You're running away from the national media. You didn't fight for Maine. The grassroots people are extremely upset about this. I mean, let's just stop with all this delegates. We're talking about perception. What is important in a small state like that is to win it, is to win the straw vote. Because the delegates, you can pick them up anywhere else. You have to win that straw vote because the perception is you won. And to say that it doesn't matter that you don't win is just crazy. Dr. Paul can't answer this question because he's asked it repeatedly on all the news shows. And CNN this morning was a great example of that. The answer is just, it's lengthy. It's even to me, I don't really like that answer. I don't like it. We have to win, okay? We can win. But the mismanagement here with about the placement of our candidate is just, it's borderline criminal, you guys. I mean, come on. This is just insane. We have to follow the front runners. You have to chase the media. They're not covering you. Why on earth do you think they're going to cover you out in Idaho? Fantastic rally. The people out there are great. You needed to be out here. You needed to be in Maine yesterday. What is going on? Show us all that you guys are going to take it to the wall and fight for every vote. Every person that voted in Maine wanted their vote counted correctly. And man, I feel like we're the champion of the Constitution here. Let's make sure their votes get counted correctly. If we don't demand a rectification here and a little justice, this is going to go on and on and on and on. I mean, come on, guys. You've got to see the light here. Okay, these are the past numbers. This also illustrates my point exactly. You have to understand that Michigan was largely undecided. I've been out knocking on doors, people. I've been telling people this all along. This state is undecided. It was ripe for the picking, and guess what? Immediately after Maine, people were looking for something, and they were looking for Ron Paul, and he wasn't here. National campaign, you took him out to Washington and Idaho. Those places are great, and the rallies were beautiful, and Ron Paul's all enthused about. I mean, he said this morning, if they could only see what's going on, well, show them what's going on. Follow the media around. Go to where these people are. Draw bigger crowds than them. That's going to impact it right there. If you're out in Washington drawing a huge crowd, and they're in Michigan drawing an average crowd, and the media's in Michigan, who do you think that is going to make the national news and the local news around here? The only thing that got any attention was a leaked story about an event at the Wharton Center on Monday on the 27th. Thank God somebody leaked it out. Now at least they know we're committed to coming here. I don't know what the deal is with signing the contracts and getting this stuff out to the public, but you better get these events out like right now. Including the Tea Party event, I know, for Saturday the 25th. Goodbye Silverdome. We don't want to have a huge rally for the grassroots, even though now it's becoming readily apparent that it could happen. So get yourselves a sound stage, a first-class quality sound stage, good lighting, good equipment, get a nice big huge screen, get yourself a semi, pack all this stuff in a trailer. The man is a rock star. Take him out on the road. Look at the numbers for Santorum here 2 weeks ago. I mean, 2 weeks ago. They were at 17, 15%. Now we're at, that's a 20-point jump. That's unacceptable, okay? And all of the jump was this week because the polls, there wasn't any polls for 2 weeks. So you guys dropped the ball in Michigan. Don't spend no time in Arizona. That's a closed primary. You're not going to win out there. And that's period. You should be spending all your time here and focusing then on Virginia. Man, we got to win Virginia. Now, I am telling you right now, I'm calling you guys out. If you don't put every ounce of energy you got into Virginia, you guys are dropping the ball. All you got is Romney there, and he's unpalatable. It's showing up right now. Nobody likes the man. And quit with the he's more acceptable than the other stuff. No, he is not. The man is backed by Goldman Sachs, #1 contributor. J.P. Morgan Chase, #2. Come on, Morgan Stanley, Credit Suisse, Citibank. Do you think he's going to support any Federal Reserve reform at all? I doubt that. This man is going to support the war, the Fed, and coming with those two things are the destruction of our civil liberties. Now, Dr. Paul knows this for sure, so there is no other alternative here. There is no other alternative than Dr. Paul this time, because there ain't going to be no next time. The party building and all your fancy plans for 2016 and all, forget them. The revolution's coming this fall, whether you guys are with us or not. Because the grassroots, we've had enough. We've had enough. I'm calling them all out. That's all there is to it. Sometimes you're so close to things, and especially when there's family involved, we need marketing people. We need to, this guy's a rock star. You market him like a rock star, and pretty soon you're going to be filling stadiums. You're going to be filling arenas. People are going to be just exploding. And it won't be because of the campaign. It'll be because of our candidate. That's who's winning all the votes, the candidate. Because I can't stand this stuff. This is everything that I've spent my whole life railing against. This is what Dr. Paul rails against, the political stuff. I mean, it's needed. Go and get your delegates and stuff. But as far as like managing the events and where Dr. Paul goes and speaks, that needs to be in somebody else's hand. You guys are good behind the scenes. Stay there. Come to Michigan. Come to Michigan. Come to Michigan. I consider my labor an even trade for my wage. Why? Should I pay tax and all? Max, end the Fed, Max. Max, end the Fed. All right. What do we say?